What if you were told you only had 2 years to live, at the age of 21? What would you do? Would you give up, or fight to leave a mark on the world? This is not a fictional story. This is the powerful, real-life journey of Stephen Hawking, a man who was trapped in a failing body, yet became one of the greatest minds the world has ever known. Stephen was born in Oxford, England, in 1942. From a young age, he was curious, asking deep questions, taking apart clocks, and challenging what people believed about science. He wasn't always the top student in school, but his love for understanding the universe set him apart. He studied physics at Oxford and then went on to Cambridge for his PhD. His future was bright. He had dreams of discovering how the universe began, how time started, how black holes work, and what lies beyond what we can see. But then, everything changed. At just 21 years old, Stephen started noticing something strange. He became clumsy. He fell for no reason. He had trouble holding things. After a series of tests, the doctors gave him a heartbreaking diagnosis: amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, a motor neuron disease that slowly paralyzes the body. He was told he had 2 years to live. Imagine that. You're young, brilliant, full of dreams, and then someone tells you that your life is about to end before it even truly begins. Stephen sank into depression. He felt hopeless. For a while, he stopped caring about anything. But then something beautiful happened. He fell in love. He met Jane Wilde, a fellow student. Her belief in him reignited his spirit. They got married, and he decided to live, not just survive, but to truly live. Stephen returned to his research with a fire that burned brighter than ever. As his body got weaker, his mind soared. While others saw limitations, he saw possibilities. He once said, "My expectations were reduced to 0 when I was 21. Everything since then has been a bonus." He could no longer write, so he learned to think in equations, visually. He could no longer speak, so he used a voice synthesizer to communicate. He could no longer move, but he traveled the world with his ideas. Stephen Hawking made groundbreaking contributions to cosmology, black hole theory, and quantum mechanics. He proved that black holes weren't just cosmic vacuums, they emit energy. He combined Einstein's theory of relativity with quantum physics, something no one else had done before. His best-selling book, A Brief History of Time, sold over 25 million copies and brought complex science into everyday conversation. Millions who never understood physics before were suddenly fascinated by time, space, and the universe. And he did all of this from a wheelchair, with only a few fingers able to move, and later, just his cheek muscle. But he never complained. He never asked, "Why me?" Instead, he asked, "What can I still do?" And then he did it, with passion, humor, and unstoppable determination. His life was filled with challenges: his health, his marriage, the constant need for assistance, but he kept going. He lived for more than 50 years after his diagnosis. That's not just surviving, that's defying every odd. He once said, "However difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. It matters that you don't just give up." Think about that. We often complain about traffic, deadlines, low motivation, or minor setbacks. But Stephen Hawking changed the world without even being able to hold a pen. He expanded our understanding of the universe using only his mind and a single cheek muscle. His story reminds us that life isn't about what we've lost, it's about what we do with what we still have. You are stronger than your excuses. You are more powerful than your pain. And like Stephen, you too can rise beyond your limits. So the next time life feels hard, when everything seems dark, think of Stephen Hawking. A man who couldn't walk, couldn't talk, couldn't move, but who moved the world with his courage, curiosity, and determination. If his story touched your heart, give this video a like, and subscribe to our channel for more real stories of strength, hope, and the human spirit. Because sometimes, all it takes is one story to change the way you see your own.